So welcome everyone to our self-care and service practice in the love, peace, and harmony field. My name is Laurie and honored to be with you today. So we will continue our usual series today, and we have been focusing on various themes, in particular the gratitude theme. Let me just close this. I'm trying to get to. Okay. And okay. So as we're waiting for others to show, as well as I think you can check out, if those of you are new, can check out our information. I believe we just started recording, right? Okay, great. So thank you for the reviewing the spiritual courtesies about not taking photos, and that this information is for your general education and not to replace any type of medical or uh, mental health advice. Okay, so today what we'll do is we'll do a quick check-in, and today's practice will be focused on joyful presence. And then we'll do our usual love, peace, harmony field meditation and talk about some next steps. So let's take this time now to just check in, as we are aware that noticing where we are and our monitoring gauges helps us to know what we need to balance. So in our self-care and service, being balanced, feeling good is really important for us. And if we are off, we can then easily realign. So notice your thoughts, your emotions, your bodily symptoms or sensations, and your actions and behaviors. And sometimes you may notice either a pattern if you're not feeling well, it affects our thoughts or mood, or sometimes we may feel that we're doing okay, but we may be experiencing things like in our body or reflection on actions that may give us a sign that we need to pay attention to our self-care, whether rest, eat well, exercise. Okay, so this is just for awareness and to do something to rebalance. And it really is not to judge ourselves, because part of self-care is to really be kind and compassionate and to just realign. Okay, so you can give yourself a number or just kind of notice within you. And in the meditation too, we will be doing a certain practice, but you can take a moment to check in to see what is it that your body needs or what you need to get realigned and rebalanced again, if any of these are bothering you. Like for instance, this past week, I've been feeling a bit more bodily sensations. So needing to know, what do I need to, allow myself that time to, feel better. Okay. And just to share in terms of those of you who may have watched some of the videos for the past 3 or joined our sessions for the past few weeks, we moved from gratitude awareness, gratitude for self or self-gratitude, gratitude for others, and also gratitude for challenges and universal gratitude. And so gratitude really helps us open our heart, kind of helps us balance ourselves. And joy, we can think of joy keeps it flowing. So we're moving from gratitude naturally to this joyful presence. So as we become more skilled, and again, gratitude is a skill, joy is a skill, okay? You can do things to help you. So when we practice gratitude, our brain primes circuits for positive emotion. right? One of which is joy. And the next step to sustain this state is known, you can call it joyful presence, where you are fully present and with this lightness and curiosity, kind of this, uh, it's like this awe. And when you think about children who are just in the moment and they can, just be joyful for anything that they have, right? You give them something small for some of them, and they just are curious and playing with it, especially when you have babies. So we are thinking about like, how do we move from gratitude to joyful presence? So for some of us who may be, stressed or on burnout, this might seem a bit far. But if you start from that gratitude awareness and move, gradually practice this, you may find yourself just enjoy. Okay. So we're going to do, and so welcome those who have joined in. And so we'll talk about joyful presence. So it's not meaning that you're constantly happy. You don't have to be like faking happy, but you can think of it as like just being alive and being grateful to be alive. And you have this aliveness, so to speak, with awareness. Okay. It also engages our dopamine and oxytocin systems that supports motivation and bonding. So again, when we have motivation and bonding, we feel a bit lighter, happier. And it can also reflect coherence between the soul, heart, mind, and body. Okay. Joyful presence strengthens resilience and creativity, which is the ability to respond rather than react. Okay, so what a nice place to be when you just have this contentment, this joyful presence. And even thinking about this topic, joyful presence, and really noticing what it can be, that can help you, right? So just being familiar with the term. So in terms of the neuroscience of joy, there are positive emotions that can broaden attention and expand problem solving. So there is some work by Fredrickson. And we think about it as activating the prefrontal cortex. Remember, the prefrontal cortex is like the executive functioning, where we get to think more and reason, right? So that's why we can respond rather than react. It's more of the brain that can, calm ourselves. So it's the prefrontal cortex and the insula, which calming overactivity in the amygdala. So amygdala, right, is the one that kind of sometimes the traumas and the negative information is kept. So this supports neuroplasticity, which is the brain's ability to rewire towards optimism and adaptability. Okay, so now we know that the brain can change itself, right? So the more we train our brain to gratitude than joy, then we can have this state of joyful presence. And so regular experiences of calm joy, they have shared some studies, can promote longevity and immune health. Okay, so very great benefits. So today we're going to practice, the micro practice today is this 3 moments of joy. And we'll also do it in the love, peace, and harmony field, but let me share it with you now. So you can close your eyes at this time if you feel safe doing so. And just take a nice breath in all the way to your lower abdomen. And I want you to pause and just recall 3 small moments from today, or if it's too early in the morning, you can think about from yesterday that just made you smile or feel grateful, right? Maybe you had a comfortable bed or good sleep. You had one of your favorite things for breakfast, or just anything to eat, or just being able to like take a warm or cool shower, Good morning. So you can start with things that make you feel grateful if you can't think of anything that has made you smile. Okay. But and for each of these events, you want to just breathe in the memory. So start with just one. If you can do three, great. But if you can just do one for now, just breathe in that memory that you are grateful for or made you smile, and notice your body's warmth. Okay, so you can feel the warmth, the ease, the softening. Sometimes just looking like maybe at a loved one's paper or picture. Uh, One of the things I really enjoyed being a mother, right, when they're growing up, there's always something that you would smile at. Some of you have grandchildren or nieces and nephews or just children around you, and uh, they can be like embodiments of joy. But I know sometimes we can find that challenging. Uh, but notice if you can pick out. And it could be actually you having a space of just quiet or silence or nature. Like I remember driving home and seeing like, oh, rainbows. And I think, oh, I'm so grateful to live here in Hawaii and being able to see the rainbows. So inhale slowly and silently and just say thank you, right, for your experience. And notice your body can rest for a few breaths. You want to allow your body to absorb this sense of lightness that can come with this space of gratitude that brings a smile to your face. Okay, so there's moments of joy. And you can have this in your mind, this affirmation, and actually allow yourself to develop this practice and skill of noticing joy in small things. I notice the joy in small things. I carry lightness in my heart. So just being aware of joy and lightness can help you find things in your environment or be primed to recognize things that bring this smile, this lightness, this sense of joy. And what we're doing is that we're not taking these moments for granted, but we are training our brain to hold on to these moments a bit more. Okay, because they naturally happen, but sometimes we may not be aware. And our brains instead are more primed or trained to look at the threats and the negatives, right? We talked about before when we're in the survival mode and, we need to survive, that helps us survive these threats and the negative, uh, type of thinking. But think about how many of us are very blessed that we don't have to live in this survivor mode. And we can make this conscious choice to be present and be in this joyful presence. Okay? And don't worry if this seems a bit challenging for you. Maybe you've suffered for a long time in bouts of sadness or grief or, depression, anxiety. Don't worry about it. You can start with the gratitude, as we had the gratitude module from gratitude awareness. And as you get better and better at it, you might notice that, I feel more joyous. So I remember when I started with Dr. Master Shah's teachings and practices, and I remember just going to work and I was just feeling happy. I was like, oh, wow, this is new for me. Just feeling happy most, usually I'm very serious and like focusing on what I have to do, but I was just like being very grateful and happy for the clients and my work. And it was such a wonderful feeling. So being able to train ourselves so we can be in this at every moment can really help us with that self-care. And noticing and if this becomes the norm, right? This is the baseline. We are in joyful presence. When we're out of that, we can be more aware of, oh, what's happening without judgment. Okay. And so the times that you could use these 3 moments of joy micro practice could be after completing a task, as a reward to your nervous system, like, oh, just find that, oh, I'm so grateful, and like that joy of, oh, I finished my task. Whether it's a phone call to be made or washing your dishes. Okay. During moments of routine, walking, eating, or driving, right? Sometimes we're just in these moments of routine, we might be thinking of other things, like all the things we have to do and getting stressed. But if we just think of the things that made you smile, the joy in the present moment, that's wonderful. Other times could be when you're feeling dull or tired or disconnected. And now you can re-engage with these positive circuits in your brain and in your soul, heart, mind, and body. Okay. Allow yourself to get back to this joyful presence. You could also do it at the start or end of your day or throughout the middle of the day, maybe between meals, to prime your brain for optimism, okay, for positivity, for this joyful presence. So I just love that word, this term, joyful presence. Sometimes just, connecting with that term and feeling how your body responds, right? And then training your body so that just that key word, joyful presence, that your body, your mind and your body can resonate. You put a smile on your face and enjoy what you're doing. Okay, so we will be doing this practice in the love, peace, and harmony field. And for those who are maybe watching this video and are new, we believe that everything has its own vibratory field, and each of our vibrational fields are connected in the quantum field of the collective. So what happens in the A realm happens B, and when we all get together, when we align with the vibrations of love, peace, and harmony, we can not only uplift our lives, we can support the uplifting of the world. And so the more of us here, right? So all of us here, thank you those for joining. And we can connect with love, peace, and harmony with joyful presence. We can expand the field of coherence. Okay, so the love, peace, and harmony field, being of high vibratory field, can create this fertile ground for sustained joy. And in this resonance, joy becomes both a personal state of being, as we can feel it, and a collective vibration. So the more of us who are joyful, right? And if others join us, like if we were together and someone joins our group and we all can hold this joyful presence, it is very powerful and it can help others resonate with that vibration as well. Okay, so we're going to use the love, peace, and harmony field to support and help us to create a joyful presence. So let's connect with the field. For those of you, you can look, many of you have done a lot of meditations with the love, peace, and harmony field. So even to look at the field, knowing that we are in this field of love, unconditional love, that melts all blockages. Peace, just feel that peace around you, and harmony. And allow yourself to create your safe space. So many of you may have been on other sessions before that we talked about creating a safe space in your mind, in your heart. And you can imagine, a nature scene or indoor cozy scene that allows your body to start to relax and open up. You do not have to be on guard. Okay. I mean, you can still be aware and in the present moment, but your body is relaxing and calming. And you can put one hand on your heart, one hand on your lower abdomen. Just breathe in gentle, naturally. You can breathe in through your nose. Bring that breath of light to your lower abdomen. Exhale with your body relax. So let's inhale this love, peace, and harmony. So even for me, because I've been doing this for a while, and I'm just inhaling love, peace, and harmony, a smile naturally comes to my face. And you can practice doing that too, inhaling and let yourself smile. Smile also triggers these chemicals that makes your body relax and reminds you of being happy. Okay. Good. It's just nice and natural. Breathe in, love, peace, and harmony. Exhale, body relaxes. The light of love, peace, and harmony radiate throughout your being. And I want you to think of the first thing that made you smile or brought joy. Maybe it was a kind word, the sunlight streaming as you're waking up, laughter, someone telling you a funny story. Or sometimes we're doing silly things ourselves and we can make ourselves smile. And you've been thinking about those, that make you smile. Allow yourself to just breathe in that light, that joy. You can also express that gratitude for that awareness. So that joy and gratitude, and let that expand in your lower abdomen or your heart, bringing love, peace, and harmony. Imagining this joyful presence of light, of love, peace, and harmony. Okay? And imagine the light is all around you, connecting you deeper with the love, peace, and harmony field, and this field of joy and compassion, gratitude, and more. Inhale, love, peace, and harmony. Okay. Now think about a second thing that brought you a smile or that you're grateful for that can bring a smile, brought you joy. And even if you were not aware that it brought you joy or that you're grateful for it, maybe you overlooked it. Now allow yourself to be joyful. It's like, I got to, wake up, maybe see the sunrise or through sunlight, as we said. So whatever it is that, I'm just feeling comfortable today, or I have another day to serve and be with loved ones. My electricity work, running water, feeling good, comfortable, made some progress in something. Whatever it is that you may have taken for granted, allow it to bring you joy now, okay? So imagine that you are aware like, oh, wonderful, I got to have a good rest, or at least a few hours of rest. Or even if your body, like for me, my body needed more support. I was so grateful that, I could spend a few moments in bed resting and doing a meditation that was, on YouTube. I could, be awake for like the blessing sessions, connect with the calligraphy. Just allow yourself to settle in. So allow yourself, so your prefrontal cortex, right, your executive function, you want to really think about that joy, that light, bring that smile to your face. And you can express it with gratitude first, okay? And then with that gratitude, naturally allow it to bring you joy. Allow yourself to feel that joyful presence. Okay? Noticing. Could be like a funny or cute video, something people said. So again, if it didn't happen to you today, but maybe you remembered it from yesterday or the past, do that, The exercise is to just feel and allow your body and your mind to be in the state and practice this joyful presence. Okay? So allowing yourself to get used to it. Don't worry if you're able to do it or not right now. If you're not, just express gratitude. Think about things that you can be grateful for, and you're starting there. So remember, the gratitude exercises we did can allow us to naturally lean in to this joyful presence. But we can still build up that skill of gratitude while we're also just being aware that, we can get to the space of joyful presence. Right? When we have this joyful presence, we're more motivated to do the things that are challenging or hard, or we're just, it's easier to be around people, right? We just feel happy. Life is good. Okay? That's what we're moving to, right? This developing the skill is a very important aspect of self-care. I would say one of the goals of self-care is being able to, have this as our baseline and be able to be in the state as much as possible. And we align ourselves to get back in the state when we're not feeling it, okay? So again, just connect, love, peace, and harmony. Let the love, peace, and harmony field support you. So last breath, we're going to inhale, love, peace, and harmony with this joyful presence. Exhale, let that light expand, feeling your body with a message of joy and light and joyful presence. We can end with thank you, thank you, thank you. So I would love to hear how this experience was for you, some of you. Perhaps it was easier, maybe if it was easy for you, if you were able to think of things that made you smile, we'd love you to share it, because that can be very wonderful. We get to smile as well with things that, some of you appreciated. And while I'm waiting for maybe people to share in the chat, let me just talk about some next steps. So in continuing, right, these practices are micro practices, and what we want to do is really regularly connect with them. And so one things that you can do is, there's a book called Divine Joy, How to Experience Joy in Daily Life by Francisco Quintero. Okay, he is a leading teacher with Dr. and Master Sha, and he has it's this very small book, but has a lot of joyful practices. So this is another way that another resource that you can look into. There are, I'm sure, a lot on the topic, but this is one book that I do like. And also for our service journey, just think, when we're doing service, we can have that joyful presence and we enjoy service. So self-care and service become one, right? But if you need more time to kind of get yourself to this baseline or create that baseline of gratitude, of joyful presence, we have more uh, opportunities to be in this love, peace, harmony field, to do Tao wellness practices that can kind of open us up to this, sensation of joyful presence. We do have a free wellness evening on Thursdays, 7 to 8 Hawaii time. That's on Zoom that you can register at our website. And if you do need more support to help you move forward on your wellness journey, then please let us know. Because for some of you, it's like, oh, they can't conceive being joyful. And that's perfectly okay. But we want you to help get you started. Because believe me, it is possible to get there. Okay. And for your service journey, there is this QR code leads you to the Love, Peace, and Harmony song. You can get it on the Love, Peace, and Harmony Foundation site. I believe there's the one with the word, the one with the instrumental that can kind of just help you bring about this calming, peaceful, joyful presence as you listen. There is an upbeat Love, Peace, Harmony song too on Spotify and on YouTube that I like to listen that brings a smile to my face because many of the people singing are people I know. So it's very upbeat and wonderful. And of course, you can donate as you need. So wonderful. And lastly, we want to give you great gratitude. Just remembering, self-care is service. Increase your self-care to increase the quality of your service. So I do want to thank all of you today for being here, for adding to the field. And I'd love to see how people. Oh, wonderful. Amy shared, after the joyful presence, I feel a sense of peace and calm. What a wonderful feeling. Thank you, Laurie. So wonderful. Thank you so much, Amy. Yes, isn't it wonderful when we just have this in our consciousness? Just this term itself can be helpful. Oh, let's get to a joyful presence, or I am joyful presence. And think about all the things that bring you light and joy, gratitude. So wonderful. And if there is anyone else that would like to share, please, do so. Just another reminder for those who may not have been here as we started the session. Today is the last session for the month of the self-care and service practice. Next week, I do have a wonderful and joyful wedding to go to. So that brings me joy. So I apologize. I'm not going to be here next week. And the following 2 weeks, my mother and I will be gone on a trip to see Dr. and Master Jigong Sha. He has a workshop, an advanced workshop. He is the creator of all these wonderful calligraphies. So we are also very, very grateful and honored and happy to be able to attend. And Gregory, did you
Yeah.
share?
Hi, Dr. Laurie.
Yes,
Last week or the week before that,
yes.
within 2 weeks, you gave me this assignment
Uh-huh.
to trace the eye for
Uh-huh.
30 minutes
Yes,
to improve my gait, to improve my, oh no, I
yeah,
some people call it the regrowth because of my surgery, the regrowth of my vagus nerve called
yes,
neurogenesis,
yeah.
but the rebirth of that, or you called it vestibular uh,
Oh,
system improvement or regrowth or improved or enhance or improve or restore the my vestibular system.
yes,
Um, I didn't have the time. I did it for 2 days straight, half an
yeah.
hour each, which I felt very good.
Uh-huh.
But the last 3 days, my schedule
Hard.
has been really crazy. So
Mhm.
how do I apologize to the Dow? Just say,
Oh, thank you so much. So Gregory is speaking about last Thursday in one of the, this is the Tao Wellness evening, which is
Mm.
complimentary to everyone. And he received certain services for his vestibular system, I believe, because you felt dizzy, right? So,
Yeah.
you know, when you're busy,
Balance, my
yeah.
balance.
So although we mentioned like 30 minutes a day or more, you can break it down, right? 3 to 5 minutes at a time, or when you're doing, um, when we're doing the,
Oh,
think of it
okay.
as a micro practice, just like we do here in our Love, Peace, and Harmony, the self-care sessions.
Oh, break it
So
down.
yeah, you
Oh,
can break it
okay.
down 3 to 5 minutes here. What's also nice is doing it in transition moments. So let's say, you're eating, right before you
Yeah.
eat, maybe some people say grace or give thanks to the food,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is always a good thing to do. You can also practice like this joyful presence of, oh, I'm so grateful. I'm so, joyful that I have some food to eat. And then you can just turn on that treasure that we've, that you've received, and then to kind of just imagine that the light. So he's talking about this a specific service that some of you, if you are watching the video and not familiar, you can join our Thursday evening and watch the playlist of some of the sessions that we have there, which
Mm.
are, geared to more Tao wellness things, where this is love, peace, and harmony, a bit more broader for, the audience. But yes, but that would be wonderful.
Oh,
Thank you
so
for sharing.
yeah, no, thank you. And my invocation will be, the dear divine, dear Dr. Source, um, please repair, restore, and enhance my vestibular system so that I
Well, it
can,
can be whatever your so you can connect to whoever you believe in, right? So
the
and
Jesus Christ and
yeah, yeah, so you can do whatever, because it's not a religion. The Tao does not
right, right,
it's not a
right.
religion, it's more of a practice and a way of, thinking, a philosophy, so to speak. And you can just say whatever your condition is, turn on your treasures for what because you're
Oh, okay. Dear
balanced,
divine, dear
right?
divine, dear
Yeah, you
Dr.
can say for
Source.
your vestibular system, but the vestibular system was for your condition, right? You want
Yeah,
to have a sense of greater balance, right? A sense of in your system.
balance. When
Mhm.
I walk, well,
Yeah, when
walk
you're
with,
walking. So you can
yeah,
say turn on to help me have balance, when I'm walking.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And
Thank
then
you.
yeah, and then visualize yourself being in that space.
Oh,
So
visualize myself. Okay.
yes, so what you want to do is you don't want to train your brain to feel unbalanced. You want to visualize what you want. So even in
Okay.
micro practice and in the love, peace, harmony field, you can do that. Like, I can feel myself being balanced and joyful, right? So visualize what you want, because then you're training your brain to also imagine and make that feel more possible. Our brain is very, very powerful. That's why I usually add some neuroscience information here,
Oh, okay. Okay.
right?
Thanks very much. And have a
Okay, great.
good luck to your friend on her marriage. Good
Okay,
luck.
thank you so much. So
Okay.
thank you everyone for joining. Thank you those who have stayed with us on our live stream. So our Facebook, aloha, and also our YouTube. Aloha, everyone. Thank you for staying.